welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble and I'm here with your readings for March the 26th through April the 1st. I can't believe we're in April already. It's crazy. So first of all, thank you for liking my videos, for sharing them on your social media, for commenting. I read every comment, for subscribing if you haven't already. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And please check out my Patreon page. I have a Patreon page. The link will be below, and it'll also be on my YouTube channel, and just check it out. It's another way to just support me, and I want to thank my patrons. I just started it a week or so ago, and it's just thank you. Now, I just wanted to do a little astrological report first. Also, personal readings are below. These are for general readings. They're for your sun, moon, and rising. You'll find those links to the other videos down below, so you can click on your sun, moon, and rising. And I will put a timeline if you're checking out more than one video, where to skip this intro, because I'll put this intro on everything. So the big news is the full moon in Libra on the 31st. Now, this is a blue moon. We call it a blue moon. That's how it comes, once in a blue, right? Once in a blue moon. It's usually every 2.5 years, but we actually had one in January. But we didn't have only because we didn't have a full moon in February, because it was 28 days. It was too short. So we have 2 full moons, and the second moon is not really blue. It's just called a blue moon. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go to astrology. So this very powerful full moon is in Libra. Now, Libra is about love. It's about relationship. It's about harmony. It's no conflict. It wants to be balanced, and that's wonderful, right? Yes. But at the same time, the Sun and Mercury, which is retrograde, is opposing it, and that's in Aries. And also we have Mars in Capricorn and Saturn opposing it too. So there's this, there's Leo. There's the full moon in Libra out there on its own, trying to balance all this energy, and it's going to be a little challenging. Now, so they're all challenging aspects. Now, the thing that's going to save us somewhat is that, okay, the Sun is about, your identity, me, shining on me, right? And Mercury is about communication. But Mercury is retrograde, so when a planet's going forward, it's about what you project outward, right? So when it's retrograde, it's about going in. So, with this Mars energy, we're going to want to we'll perhaps, say something really fast without thinking. So with Mercury in retrograde, it might slow it down a bit. Also with Saturn there. Saturn, Mars is about action, moving forward really fast, and Saturn's about no, slow, stop, and may even put blocks in place to slow you down, right? It's known as the planet of accidents. Sometimes it's just to slow you, stop. You need to slow down. It's the planet of teaching lessons, right? So it's a dynamic energy that's happening this week. And if we look, full moons are usually a culmination, right? It can be the ending of something. It can be, releasing relationships. It can be releasing behaviors that aren't working for us anymore. It can be releasing the way we react or respond, or releasing friendships. It can be about forgiveness. It can be about healing. It's a good time to kind of reflect and to go in and see what no longer works for us anymore. That's what a full moon is really good for. And also it can be the culmination and, you know, the blossoming of something that you've really worked hard on. And it could be the culmination of all that. You know, your intentions at the first moon, right? At the new moon, go back and see what your intentions were. That's why I always write mine down and see if anything's come to fruition. It's really interesting, really is, to do that. Now, what else is going on? I have to put my glasses on and look at my notes for this. Yes, it can be very emotional and sensitive for some people. Of course, that's the new moon, right? We could be extremely sensitive when somebody says something, and we could really be hurt by it. So it's important to really think before we speak, like bite your tongue. You know, take a deep breath in. Think about what you're going to say. And also what you can say, what you say may be misconstrued. Now, Venus will have moved into Taurus, and Venus is at home in Taurus, darling. She's going home. She's feeling really good. She'll be languishing on the couch, eating bonbons, taking, you know, rose petal baths. She's going to feel romantic. She's going to feel wonderful. So you've got this wonderful energy. And at the same time, she's moving into a really nice aspect to Uranus, which is the planet of surprises. Meet a new love. We could bump into someone unexpectedly when we least expect it, right? It could be about, you know, Venus is about finances too. We could have some surprises with finances. So I feel that this is a really interesting and a really lovely energy coming in. And I think this is a really opportune time to focus on, you know, equality and balance, because that's what Libra is about. And look what's happening, you know, across the nation. It's all the young people are you know, rising up and what amazing speakers they were. I was blown away by that. Anyway, listen, that's getting on something else. Anyway, that was just so moving to watch that. To watch all those young people so articulate and so confident and so done with what's going on. Power to you guys. You're going to save us. Anyway, let's go to your card, shall we? Hello, Libra, and welcome to your reading for March the 26th through April the 1st. And the first card that comes up for you is the Maiden. Now, when the Maiden comes into a reading, she is just full of confidence and excitement and wonder. And she has all this fertility and sexuality, but she kind of uses it in creative ways. She's independent, confident, and she you know, if she takes she's innocent. Her sexuality is kind of innocent, right? And if she takes a lover for the first time, it's because she does it without judgment, and she does it to experience it. And if she chooses not to have a lover, it's not because she doesn't think she deserves one. It's because she understands that she doesn't need one to give her a fulfilled life, right? Because she has so much abundance of creativity and excitement and exuberance for life. She's in spring, right? It's springtime. Now, when she comes into a card, it's bringing in confidence, right? And it's saying this is the time to bring your ideas and aspirations to life, right? To start it. This is a time to germinate it. It's spring. Now, on the other side of that, you know, just as a frost can come in and destroy the seeds that you've planted, right? On a spring day, the frost can come in and kill that dream kind of thing. Outside influences can try to dissuade you or criticize you or bring you down in some way. And she's saying don't listen to that. Be confident, be independent. These ideas that you have are worth putting into, manifesting. They're worth manifesting. They're worth taking the time. They're worth taking the action to make them grow and to bring them into your world, to manifest them. Don't be influenced by the group or the outside people who want to hold you back, or that's not a great idea, or you shouldn't do it. Don't listen to them. Have that confidence from within. This is important, not to be influenced by somebody who doesn't have your best interest at heart, right? Or maybe inadvertently criticizing you and not meaning to take you off the path, but your confidence is affected by what they say or they do. So the maiden is saying this is a time for you to embrace that which you've been thinking about for a long time. This is a time to bring it into your reality. You need to follow your own path. You see the path right there? You need to follow your own path. This is your time. Now, this guy has shown up in a lot of readings this week. The Four of Pentacles. This is like you're holding on to something. Now, maybe you're thinking of starting something new. It might be an event. It might be a business venture or something like that. This is saying that you've got this fear of finances going on with you, and that might be affecting this, right? So maybe you have the finances, but you're so afraid of spending it because you can't see your finances being replenished. You can't envision that. So you think whatever you have, you spend, it's not going to be. That's the fear. This is fear, right? This is holding on to something. This is blocking. So perhaps you're blocking yourself. Perhaps it's your own self-doubt and criticism that's coming in to stopping you from going down this road and creating the abundance and independence that's there for you right now, Libra. It is there. So this fear, don't do something for the sake of money. Actually, somebody made a comment last week on Libra, how they applied for a job and it wasn't really a job they wanted, and they ended up talking their way out of it. I've done that before. And they actually said to, I'm not really qualified for this. And it wasn't a job they wanted. This is saying don't go for those jobs that you don't want just because you need money. That's desperation. That's actually a block. You're blocking yourself from living the life and enjoying what you are meant to enjoy. Having what you deserve, Libra. So when we hold on to money like this and we don't spend it, money's energy, darling. And what you're doing is you're blocking. You have to allow it to flow to and from you and to you, right? And I'm not saying in silly ways of like going out and, on a shopping spree or spending it irresponsibly. You have to be responsible with how you're spending it. And you have to spend it on things that are going to bring something back to you, right? So don't be afraid, darling. Have faith and trust that this abundance is coming to you. And this is saying it's a time to act on it. You have that power. Now the next card is the Father, darling. Get off your ass and get things done. This is take control, darling, of your life. You're in control of your life. Look, he's very grounded. He's got his feet firmly planted on the floor. This is a card that's saying you need to take control of your life. You need to get up. You need to do whatever you have to do to make things happen, because you can make them happen. You're just, for some reason, you're reluctant to take that leap of faith and that action because you're in self-doubt, right? And you're in fear. So you need to let go of the fear. Release the fear. This is a full moon coming up. It's a time to release those false beliefs, right? So the Father is nurturing. not nurturing. He's the disciplinarian. He's like Saturn, right? He's like, yes, you need to get up and take control. You need to set some rules and boundaries and healthy habits. When you create habits that are good habits, what do I want to say? When someone has a... When you create a routine, a healthy routine, that's what I was thinking. When you create a healthy routine and good habits, that's where things spring from. That's how you can create this. It's like getting up. It's like, a lot of you are too young to remember time to make the donuts. It's getting up and doing it every day. Do what you have to do. What are you willing to do to make your dreams come true? This is like, sometimes when this card comes up, it's like perhaps you're a bit in fear of action. You're in that worst case scenario. You don't think things are going to work out for you. And look, it's almost like you've got the Six of Cups here. And it's almost like you're romanticizing the past and you don't think that the present has it for you. And you have a decision to make. You've got the Two of Wands. You have a decision. You've got to get up and take that action, darling. You have to. Don't be afraid. Don't be romanticizing the past and sometimes childhood issues are coming up, and that's your lack of self-confidence. The Maiden's coming in. You've got to focus on your confidence. This is important. Do some mirror work. Release those old paradigms, those old belief systems. You are wonderful, Libra. You can do it. You are the creator of your own life. Once you take your power back, you're going to understand that. And you're going to understand how amazing you are. And look, you've got the Six of Earth. And he's saying, listen, you've got to take care of things. You've got to nurture your family. You've got to take care of your kids. You've got to take care of whatever it is that you've got to take care of, right? You could be a male, you could be a female. It's gender fluid, this is. But this is like, get up and face your responsibilities. Don't be in fear, because when you're in action and when you're in the moment and when you're focused, things happen. And look, to clarify it, you've got the Chariot. And the Chariot is, coming through a difficult period and really focusing and really, because look, the Chariot is about total focus and being in the moment, and it's coming through a very difficult journey, and it's fast-paced moving, so you have to be really on point in the moment. This is about being in the past, romanticizing the past. You've got to come back to the present moment. You've got to make that decision. Come into the present moment, take the action, do what you need to do. And the Chariot comes in and is saying it's a triumphant result. So don't worry. Drop the fear, darling. Drop the fear. You're okay. Look. And this is also about, energy, It's helping the less fortunate. That's like taking your responsibilities, It's like paying the rent. It's like feeding the kids. It's like doing all that stuff. And in order to do that, you've got to take the action. This is the time, darling. It's all about confidence. It's all about that innocence. It's about using all that energy into getting up and taking that action. Libra, you can do it. You have to unblock yourself. Stop criticizing yourself and believe in yourself. It's about growing your self-confidence. The Maiden's come in. She's available to you, darling. Be the Maiden, male or female. Embrace that. Embrace the Maiden energy. That self-confidence, that independence. It's there for you. The cards are telling me that it's there for you. You just have to get up and get it. Okay, Libra, I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.